And then we'll make sure that it doesn't mesh up with anybody's faces, because of course it'll be edited in afterwards.
So we are here today with the cast and some of the crew of the small indie zombie film Dead Shack. If you've been listening to the podcast, you'll know the film. We recently released an interview with the co-writer director Peter Ricq, and we've done an episode on the movie as well. Both of us fans of the film, which is kind of why we organized this quarantine commentary.
And by us organizing, you mean Peter organizing. Primarily Peter doing all the work.
So we'll start with kind of doing a little bit of a round robin and everybody introducing themselves, so you can place a name to a voice, and we'll talk a little bit about kind of getting involved with the film, and then we'll start the film with a bit of a countdown, and we will kick into the commentary proper. So Peter, you're directly on my right here, so let's start with you.
Hey, I'm Peter. I already talked a lot on the last podcast, so if you want to know more, you can always check out that one. So I'll just let everybody else talk.
Phil?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. I'm Phil Ivanusic. I was the co-writer with Pete on Dead Shack, and yeah, and we're happy to be watching this movie again with you guys, and it'll be super fun.
Matthew?
Hey, I'm Matthew Nelson-Mahood. I play Jason in the movie, and never done a podcast, so this should be fun.
And Lizzie?
I'm Lizzie Boys. I play Summer in Dead Shack, and I was saying this before, but I'll add it in again, that this is my first time watching the film, so gonna get a real genuine reaction from me today. I'm excited.
I was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
And Gabe?
Hi, my name is Gabriel LaBelle. I play Colin in the movie, and I've never done a podcast either. I'm excited. I haven't seen you guys in a really long time, and it's great to be here.
Amber?
I'm Amber Ripley, and I'm the producer on this film.
And last but not least, Valerie.
Hi, I'm Valerie. I play myself. aka Lisa.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
All right.
In fact, the story is an autobiography.
Audition. They found me at a bar.
So how long has it been since you guys have seen each other? Has it been since the wrapping of the film?
We went to a little premiere of the film, I think about, what would you guys say, like 6 months to a year after we filmed. So it's been about like 3 years since we've seen everyone.
Well, and we also went to the Leos.
Oh, the Leos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we went to Leo's.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Mm.
And I saw Matt and Gabe at a Humans show like 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's sick.
At the shipyards.
In the bar.
Yeah. And I see Val, Amber, and Phil every like couple months or 5 months.
Depending on where we live, yeah.
And I bumped into Matt at an audition for,
Oh yeah.
like, what was that, like a year ago?
Yeah,
Year
probably.
and a half? Something
Probably
like
a year
that.
ago. And then I ran into Lizzie at an audition like,
Yeah.
I don't know, a couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So we see each other sporadically, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't all hang together often. That's
So we had
No,
an
not too
extensive
much.
conversation with Peter about his involvement and starting the film and working on the film. But I'm curious how all of you kind of got involved. I guess we sort of tangentially heard a little bit about how Phil got involved with Peter bringing the project to him. So I guess let's start with Phil.
Yeah. Oh man, this goes back a long time. When we started working on Dead Shack, really long time ago, and then kind of laid dormant. I think Pete had an outline for it that laid dormant for a while. We kind of were kicking around. We were busy on some of our other shows at the time. So kind of wasn't getting the love from us. But then Pete really wanted to make this movie, and then went ahead and shot that awesome little proof of concept trailer for it, which was great. And then got the traction going so that we could get the script going with our other co-writer Gabe LaBelle. And and then from there we how did it happen? Oh yeah, you pitched it to Amber at the Whistler Film Festival, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
And then Amber thought it would be a cool idea to do this. maybe regretted it, but yeah, it kind of went from there. And then we had a cool, funny script that was a little bit different. It was kind of our take on a zombie movie, but with a little bit of heart, a little bit of family stuff, a little bit of kind of that sort of 80s Spielbergish vibe, I guess. And then that was that. Then we were off to, I don't remember all the steps along the way, but I remember we had a lot of hoops and hurdles to jump over and under to get this thing financed and everything. But and then I just remember us getting to casting, and then that's kind of where everything really came together, because we had stuff on the paper, we had a plan to do it, but I think for this movie to work at all, we needed an awesome cast, because it was basically all, like, we had no budget to make anything fancier than it needed to be. It needed to basically live and die by the performances of our cast. And I'd say, and putting all of our faith in three kids basically, who just nailed it amazingly, which was awesome. So, and
Amber was always she always liked the idea of getting real kids, but the other producer, Shane, he's like, no, let's get some 20-year-olds. Let's get some 21-year-olds. It'll be better. But,
get them for longer hours.
and we knew from casting, when we would get the sort of the 21-year-olds being like, "Hi, I'm Summer. I'm fun. I'm gonna go play baseball." It's like, no, we're your kids. It was strange. But then when I remember the first time that we started piecing together at least the three of you, because that relationship with those three characters is so important, and seeing the three of you kind of standing next to each other and riffing off each other, it was like, this is gonna be a movie.
Yeah, we brought them into the audition room together to kind of see how they played off of each other once we knew who we were after, and it was, we were killing ourselves laughing in the audition. It was a lot of fun. We knew it was gonna work at that point.
We got lucky because Gabe. Amber, you knew Gabe, and then you're like, oh yeah, what about this guy? I was like, he's perfect. Why isn't he here? Let's go get him.
So that's a great segue.
The audition. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say I remember the audition process really well. I went there, and I thought that I completely bombed it. And I remember coming home, and I was like, oh man, that's too bad. And then a few days later, I get a call back, and my grandparents drove me to the audition, and I remember in the back of my mind I was just thinking oh, this is gonna be weird for my grandparents, because we're just swearing so fucking much in the audition room, everyone's just screaming at each other, but we're all together. And I go outside, and my grandparents were like, well, hope you did good, because I heard every word of it. that was pretty fun.
Well, I think profanity was in Peter's mission statement for the film.
Oh yeah, that was a big
child profanity
part of it.
Yeah, different movie if you didn't have that.
Well, Peter, I remember Peter saying we want to make it realistic to how kids actually talk, because teenagers swear all the time, and it's ridiculous that they take it out of films. We swear all the time, so I think that was actually a pretty big part to making the dialogue sound and in the movie look more natural, to be honest. That was a part of it, because it's realistic, Yeah.
Gabe's grandparents that.
And what was the audition process for Matthew and Lizzie like?
I remember, I also remember it really clearly. And I think the exact same experience as you, Gabe, where I went in the first audition, thought I bombed, and went home. I told my mom, I went in the car and I was like, that sucked. I sucked. And then I got a call back, and yeah, we all went in together, and I was like, hey, Gabe, this is so cool. We're going to go audition together. And then it just went really well, and you guys kind of encouraged us to improv, which is a little bit rare for auditions, I find, and our improv just it just gelled right away with each other. And I walked out of that feeling like, oh, that was really cool. That felt really good. Yeah. Matthew?
Yeah, mine was a little similar. I did feel like because I screwed up the lines a little bit on my first audition, and I was like, whatever, probably not going to get it. But
that kind of fits for the character of Jason, though.
Yeah, exactly. But what was more memorable for me for that first audition was the way over, because it was the first time that I went to an audition by myself, and so I took the C bus over because I live in North Van, and on the C bus, these two guys started having a fist fight, and I was sitting right in front of them, and I should have moved, but everyone was pretty much freaking out and moving to the back of the boat, and so I kind of had like all this adrenaline in me when I got.
Wait! Did you just sit there the whole time, Matthew?
Yeah, I just sat there. I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do.
You're in the headlights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this guy was like yelling at the other guy, "You're a pervert!" Like, freak! It was crazy. So
you brought that energy to the audition.
You can say when you got this role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give him a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's how you should start all your auditions. Go to a fight club. Just
it really helped.
And Valerie, you play ostensibly one of the grown-ups of the film. What was your process getting involved like?
Oh, sorry?
I said you ostensibly play one of the grown-ups in the film, and what was your process like getting involved?
Oh, well, I know Amber, and then introduced to Peter, and yeah, it's nothing more complicated than that.
She was one of the last. You were one of the last roles we cast because we spent a lot of time with the kids just because they were the leads and we wanted more time in the casting process. So I know the Roger and Lisa characters were kind of the last ones cast. So Val dove into a really crazy film with not a lot of prep time, but she did an awesome job.
Yeah, we didn't have Val. We did have Val's character, and Amber, we were trying so hard that we had maybe 3 days left. It felt like we had 3 days left.
It was down to the wire.
Yeah.
Something, in that world, yeah.
And then you showed me her pictures on Facebook. It's like, this girl's really cool. She's really good. We should get her. I was like, yeah, she's great. So she didn't even audition. We just offered her the part.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I knew she'd be great.
Well, that's nice of you guys. My social media is a dumpster fire.
So is Lisa. So it was perfect. Yeah. Just life in the kid's part, man. It's great.
I had incredible back pain during filming too. I don't know if I told you guys. So I was like, oh man. And it was -12 on set, and I was a kind of bimbo-y girl in the horror movie.
Yeah.
I had the fake blood on that's antifreeze. So that was pretty funny because I was I felt like, oh, my acting's really stiff because I physically am stiff.
You had a brutal role, which we'll see when we watch the film, but you had one of the most physically challenging brutal roles.
It was super fun. Yeah, I'll talk about it later because we have to watch the film, but I don't know if it's
we'll get into that.
Yeah.
And Amber, what was it about the project that made you want to make this movie with Peter and everybody else?
Yeah, I met the guys and I watched the trailer when I first met them and I thought it was awesome. And then they sent me the script and I was really hoping it delivered because sometimes the pitches will be great, but the scripts just don't quite live up to what the potential is in the pitch. And I read it and I was like, this is hilarious. It's good. It's fun. So yeah, it was really the trailer and then the script delivered, and I really liked the guys too. We hit it off, and so just wanted to go for it.
Awesome. I'm just going to double check with Gabe that the iPad hasn't timed out.
I got the password. I'm ready to go. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all set.
Okay, well, let's get into the film then.
Woo!
For any listeners who are participating, basically set up your media, whether it's DVD, whether you're watching on Shudder, whether you have a digital copy, renting it on YouTube, whatever it is. Get it to the beginning. Play it until the end of the Ravens banner logo fades completely to black before the Telephone Canada logo comes up. Pause it. We'll wait for you. And when you're ready, we'll do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, we will all start, and then the commentary begins. So, engage.
Engage. Make it so.
So 3, 2, 1, go, we press, or 3, 2, 1, go, and then we press, or 3, how do we do it?
That's in the movie. That line is in the movie.
Spoilers! Come on, man.
In the thing. Yeah.
I think the number of seconds between that is going to be inconsequential. So
Yeah.
Okay.
whatever, you got to go with whatever feels right for you.
Johnny's gonna go now.
Let's do it. All right.
All right, so we're going to do the
On
countdown.
go.
We're going to do the countdown. Dustin, do you want to do the countdown? You've been really quiet.
Sure.
All
On
right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click. Goodbye. We just started.
Great first logo.
Here we go.
It should be. We should probably start this commentary by saying that all the music in the movie, Pete, you wrote and you orchestrated all the music, right? The original soundtrack is all you're doing, correct?
Yeah, that's all my doing.
And it was
Oh my-
very Carpenter-esque. I loved it.
Yeah, it's the only thing I could afford.
Wait, this first shot is gorgeous.
Yeah. No, the color of the fog in the background.
Mhm.
And that house,
Yeah, it
by the
looks
way,
great.
was terrifying.
Oh my god.
That was
Yeah.
something
That
else.
was a crack house. It was a real crack house.
They had to shoo away. Is there a couple living in a camper van
There are
outside?
squatters.
Yeah.
Actual crack house? I just heard this over
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can see the
They were really
saran
nice.
wrap over the window there.
Oh my god! And then we were right next to a cult.
Oh, at
Do
the
you guys
church.
remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
The
That
monastery.
was-
Yeah.
That was such a
Quebec.
spooky place.
Super creepy.
I remember our tutor, she Googled the cult and found this like horrific like backstory going all the way to like the 1600s of like France, and it was involved in the church.
That was
and-
your tutor was into that, eh? I remember she was, because so essentially the home base for production was at this like little, I guess it's kind of like a chapel / church that was
Yeah.
like in the middle of
It was a
nowhere.
monastery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ate
And
our
you could see the
food
friar
like
walking around in his
pictures of
robes every now and
Jesus
then.
dying.
I like how at the opening of the movie, you see this character coming out of the house making the groaning noises, and you know you're watching a zombie movie, so you kind of assume he's a zombie. It's a little bit of a play on that.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's just drugged up real good.
Real good.
Real good, yeah. a little, I think a little too good for the time. Like he was playing it up.
Oh, boy.
Oh shit.
Now, I'm assuming on an indie production, that is actually Lauren Holly in the outfit.
Yeah,
No,
of course.
it wasn't, right? No, this
Don't
was her
remember.
double. This
That's
was
actually
the,
Amber in
There-
the outfit.
Yeah.
That was the
Specifically,
Yeah, it's hard to
want shoot the
remember which
shotgun.
scene.
I just noticed the bumper sticker, honk if you're having a nice day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice touch.
I seem to recall we made it, we wrote it in that essentially that the neighbor, the bad guy, would wear the suit and the visor so that we could get away with trying to cast up, basically like a Pam Anderson or someone to that, or a Lauren Holly in this case,
Or Lauren
Oh
Holly.
my god, there she is.
so that she didn't, so that we could kind of have the double most of the time. She was awesome too.
She did a lot though. Yeah. No, she was really good.
And she was nice, yeah. Nice girl, lady.
Gabe mentioned the bumper sticker, and I remember the second
time.
Oh,
there it is!
I remember the second time I watched the film, it was infinitely more rewarding than the first time, because once you know the story and you have the time to kind of look around at all the details, there's a lot of stuff there. Like even this opening scene, you don't realize that it's Jason walking from his more affluent neighborhood to where he's more comfortable being picked up. It's scenic.
Which is, I think this
is the producers fighting, by the way.
Oh yeah, shame. That was based on
we were the parents.
One of your friends, right, Peter? Like you were saying that your one of your buddies didn't like to.
Yeah, but his was the opposite. He had a poorhouse, and then he would walk over to the nicer house. That's where we picked him up.
Oh wow.
I guess this was before emojis existed, so you had to like when back in 2017 when people had to like draw their penises instead of putting a eggplant in their emoji.
ASCII is the classy way to go.
Yeah.
Screw eggplant. Yeah. How are you supposed to know how big the eggplant is? You can't add in more equal signs.
Yeah. True.
Customize, yeah, it's more customizable. BC's pretty. There's all those like drone shots are some really pretty stuff going on.
I actually really like how it's going at a bit of an angle here as opposed to straight along the road, just something really small you don't see as often.
Where are we going next?
That's where I feel like that's your music video director influence, Pete, where you can just tell these stories.
And this was all shot 3 months after the movie, like all those drone shots.
Yeah.
Because it was always snowing and we couldn't shoot anything.
Yeah, like halfway through filming, we just got hit by a huge blizzard. Yeah. And we had to you guys had to cover it all up with like
Yeah, for continuity, that's right. I'd forgotten about that. Oh, this lighting though. This is
I like
nice.
I remember the direction you gave me in this scene, Peter, because it was like one of the first scenes I ever did, and anything.
That one? Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, just pretend you're like replaying an old episode of Family Guy.
Oh, really?
You're like, don't even think about anything other than that.
I like Matthew's method to acting.
Oh, we can hear someone. Oh, no, not anymore.
Okay, this was the first scene that I filmed, and I remember being really nervous.
My house is a trashy piece of tin.
Yeah, I think we're hearing somebody over the speakers.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Hey, Colin. How did you guys feel about your wardrobe?
Yeah, I think somebody's video is playing over Zoom right now. Oh my God, and then Donovan just went full send on this turn there, and when we were driving, we were like, God.
A little scary.
Yeah, it was fun though.
How did you guys feel about your wardrobe? Did that help at all with the character? Or?
Actually, yes, a lot. I have these, they're right in the corner of my kitchen. I had these Doc Martens. Yeah, so do I. But I got these Doc Martens that just were and a toque. They were just so perfect for the character that as soon as I put everything on, I was like, yeah, I'm Summer. It was simple wardrobe, but it worked. Yeah.
And at first, Lizzie, she wanted to wear sneakers. I'm like, I don't think you want to do that.
No, and that was a good call. Yeah. Because my feet would have died.
Yeah.
I feel like morning drunk pizza. We're like, smart ass Summer.
I like morning drunk pizza.
I'm on vacation.
I love this character.
Morning drunk pizza is great.
Which part are you guys at now? Because I had pressed the wrong button and I went back.
Where'd you get wine? I think we're talking about
Lisa.
Sorry, what are you guys talking about?
We're in the diner now. We just got in the diner.
Yeah, we're
Which part? Which part of the diner? Like,
on a
just
shot
got
of the pies. Shot of the pies right now.
We're gonna hit
Also-
9 minutes in 2 seconds.
oh, okay.
Seriously, Dad, don't settle.
When I first saw the film, I didn't quite see how Lisa fit in, but later on, about like 30, 40 minutes in, then the dynamic really started to sink. I feel.
Yeah, because when she's playing like cards with Donovan's character, I forgot his name, Roger. Jeez.
Roger.
It's just great. You get it. Yeah, because you're kind of playing against type. You don't want to be she's just the drunk victim, but she's he likes her and she likes him, and they're compatible. It's great. So.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
This scene's awesome. You guys all nailed it.
We got bigger menus.
Donovan is so funny. Holy shit.
Donovan was really good. He was cracking us all up in and around.
Yeah.
And there's something I'll always love about a bad joke that doesn't land in a film. Watching it not land is always hilarious.
So awkward.
Colin's just like you're great at playing a little shit. It's just effortless. It's awesome.
What a compliment.
But you don't hate him.
No, he's funny.
No.
He's kind of a dick, but you don't hate him.
It's
He's
likable.
Like, you can tell he's got a good heart.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people do hate Gabe in this movie.
But not
People are
the
gay,
movie
that's why,
completely. So.
in real life.
And some people really, really like him. You can't please everybody.
Wait, like who?
Everyone else wants to say.
Oh. Someone should put their volume down a bit. The headphoneless.
Can you hear it off of my screen?
No, if you're wearing your headphones, you should be okay, I think. No? Oh, okay, so it's a different
Mine
thing.
is down.
I remember at this moment, Peter took me outside and practiced aiming the ketchup bottle so that I could perfectly nail Matthew in the face every time.
You got me pretty good.
Target practice.
Did pretty good.
I don't remember that at all.
You were traumatized. His memory's just gone with PTSD there.
I just realized that catch-up scene mirrors a scene later for Jason when he has actual blood on him.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mhm.
Oh, the
I
bro
remember
was-
I had to call Gabe a pube head in that scene. I don't know if I couldn't tell if it was still in it. I had so much trouble not laughing. It was so hard.
Oh, were those the guys that were fighting on the ferry? Yeah. Those were the two guys fighting on the ferry.
Oh yeah.
The bro douches.
They were in the movie.
They were also on the way to their audition.
Pretty horrifying to see them again.
Oh, this guy was my server recently, and I'm like, hey, we know each other from Dead Shack.
It's like, what? What's a dead shack?
They were so good. They were troopers too.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Especially when I had to put contact lenses in their eyeballs.
Oh
I
my
was the only
God.
one that knew how to put contact lenses on.
That was
So
a
I don't
nightmare.
know if you've ever tried to put a contact lens into someone who does not wear contact lenses. It's they don't like to have
When you're on
lenses
set
their
in a
eyes.
rush, like trying to get things. Yeah, it's
with no
it's
no
not
running
easy.
water, no sink, and
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere.
I got one of them in, I think, and then the other ones got CG'd out. So
Oh my god! With the,
Worth
I, remember
it.
I ate an olive pit and chipped it because I couldn't see with those contact lenses.
Oh, yeah.
Put food in front of me and they're like,
Oh,
"What's
yeah.
this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a soft salad." And I was like, olive was like, "Ah!" And I looked like a real zombie.
So did you guys have like a real esprit de corps on the set?
So that was ad-lib. What they say now?
yeah, we're talking about penises. That's some Donovan
That
magic.
was good. That was
a
a
good
good
moment.
trailer. I love that part.
Oh, that shot.
There's such a good dynamic between all of you. I wondered, was there a really good esprit de corps on set?
Oh yeah.
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
we
the
were
best
like,
part. It was really
It
pleasant.
was like going to camp, basically.
I had
Hang out
so
with your
much
friends.
fun filming this movie that when it took me like 6 months after wrapping to like get over the fact I wasn't filming anymore. I missed it so much.
Yeah. I remember me, Matthew, and Donovan mostly spoke about like comic books.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm sure it annoyed the hell out of you, Lizzie.
No, it honestly didn't, to be honest. I heard a lot of it and
for
kind
like
of just
hours,
chilled.
and then you'd just be sitting there.
Yep.
I think Amber and I had a different experience. Like we were so happy when we were done shooting.
6 months after we were like in recovery from this movie.
Yeah.
Just rocking back and forth. Yeah, it was like there was a lot of rough stuff like to get it done, but I think what made it palatable was that everyone was fun and like the people.
Yeah, these guys were so awesome. Yeah, and we knew it was a good movie.
I love that shot that just reveals me taking a
piss.
How long was photography on the film?
15 days.
Yeah.
Like 3 days too short.
Yeah, it was too short. It was way too short. Yeah. We tried to do it in 14, but it was 15.
Almost every take is like 2 take max.
Yeah, we moved quick on this one.
Yeah. So it's pretty great that the kids like with 2 takes they just delivered perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was that speaks to all of your talents that you just managed to, because there's some bits that are like, you got to go from emotional to like funny to horrified to like kind of you're playing all over the place with your emotions and you're just getting it in like a take basically. So
I think I was just so terrified to forget my lines that it wasn't an option to not.
Same.
How long did it take you to remember all your lines? Like, how long did you have?
Long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read the script like a lot before we filmed.
Like 500 times? Like how often?
I don't know. I just I looked at like the hardest scenes and I focused a lot on those, and then scenes where there wasn't much dialogue, I didn't really focus on as much.
There is a dialogue heavy scene we'll point out that they had to do in 1 take.
That's right.
Time was getting cut off. They had to nail it, and they did.
Yeah.
We'll point it out when we get to it.
Terry said we don't have time. It's like our movie's not going to work. If
we said we don't.
And
yeah.
that was the last day,
we said
right?
you don't have
the
time.
last day of shooting?
Yeah. So we had to.
That was intense.
And it's a great scene. We'll see it.
I love the set dressing in this cabin.
Yeah.
It's so like
it's pretty potpourri
of eras and styles.
Oh my God, Gabe just hanging out there.
And it looks like so many places that I've been like while growing up.
Oh yeah.
I love that little moment. They're a pretty cute couple.
So Gabe ad-libbed that.
Yeah. I remember that one, yeah.
But you never did the line. I was like, just do the line and then you do your ad-lib, and then we just took your ad-lib instead.
I remember that moment. Yeah.
I remember those stairs were very sketchy. They were like, it was mostly like a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Bringing the camera up there was something else. Yeah.
Yeah, that took a while.
Okay, I have to use the washroom. I will be right back. Bye, guys.
You'll miss all your good acting.
The only person who hasn't seen it has to leave first.
Yeah.
What did you shoot this on, Peter?
We shot it on Red. Do you know which one, Amber? Red.
Oh, I want to say Red Dragon. It's been a while, but it was, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Red Dragon.
And Christopher Kempinski, we had another guy, and then he was shooting a TV show on the weekends, once upon a time. I was like, what do you mean on the weekends? He's like, yeah, I got my gig. He's like,
that's not going to work for us.
Somebody else. And I worked with Chris on a music video before, and it took some convincing, and he was a trooper because the first 2 days he was sick with like food poisoning. and he had to go to the washroom and puke and other stuff. And he was operating the camera too, and he just like he was a machine.
He was so good. I love Chris.
Yeah.
Just super
And now he left the
professional.
movie.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
Jason's such a simp.
I love this dynamic.
I never noticed the bird there. Flipping the bird.
Like I pooped.
Yeah.
I like that shot.
This is the forest.
Ooh, horror movie music coming on.
Peter, you said you dressed the kids in brighter, more primary colors?
Yeah, they're all in green, that yellow, red, a bit of green, and so is that cabin house. And then anything at the bad guy's house, it's all blue, like pretty much all blue with a bit of yellow. It wasn't supposed to be any yellow or gold, but we didn't have the budget. But it's mostly blue, just
We didn't have the budget for non-yellow. No, it's pretty. It looks pretty blue, I think.
This was the audition.
I love that.
She like walks funny and like.
Dungeons and dildos.
That's one of the best lines.
That's fucking great.
I'm kind of choked the Ebola line got taken out.
There was a whole thing about Ebola, wasn't there? Like, you could put Ebola all over your face.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of stuff that I think some of the stuff in that scene, and there's that other scene when they're like fighting after the cabin. There's a couple of things that just it was one of those things like, can we get that line? It's like, we don't have time. It's like, yeah, but could we don't have time.
Nope.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
It was that as Terry was the AD, right? He was kept keeping us on track. So.
Well, like I said in the other podcast, like all the action scenes are all cut to like half, if not more, and there were a couple more zombies.
They were definitely a lot more elaborate in the script, right? There's more back and forth, and like they would do a lot of stuff before the zombies got killed. And I think in the movie now it's like, well, they kind of fight for a bit and then they die.
when Valerie gets murdered, she gets stabbed like 20 times before they actually shoot her head.
It's the car from the beginning.
Sponsored by.
Like, yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course I'm scared of guard dogs.
I think Summer has a gun.
Cabins in the middle of nowhere.
Colin is
So much more effective to call someone a penis than a dick.
Oh yeah, he says like, it's like, just your pussy. He's like, that's sexist. You're such a penis.
Peter, when you were shooting,
Oh my god, I remember loving that line.
That's a penis, yeah.
did you have kind of a strong idea of sort of what you needed to shoot for what you needed in the edit?
Yeah, like I storyboarded the whole movie, and so when we found out that all our days were cut short from more than half, Amber was like, "Are you sure we can get rid of this?" Like, yeah, because I knew the movie so well that I knew exactly what we really needed. But I was still stressed because at the end I thought our movie was going to be
that was a huge help.
45 minutes long. It's a good thing we had those long establishing shots.
But the establishing shots were nice. It helped you get the sense of being out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
They actually build that because you start like in the town with the overhead shots, and progressively you get like more and more remote with the drone shots until you're basically out in the middle of nowhere at the cabin.
So a Dead Shack fun fact. Originally, the neighbor was a dude, and the two victims were ladies. And then our co-writer Dad was like, hey, something feels weird about this. And the second that the neighbor switched to like being a lady, it all felt like more fun. Like the other way just felt like dark and creepy, girls. But apparently when you drug boys, it feels funny. So
double standard working out for you.
Yeah, it felt more, it felt less B movie and more like B plus movie. So it's cool. It was highbrow. It was like HBO.
Like the B version of HBO.
Yeah.
HBO.
You put the B in HBO.
That's the move. I like it.
Another Peter masterpiece playing in the background. The seductive music.
Oh shit! He gulped that. Damn.
Was that real wine? Budget friendly.
We could not afford to buy it.
These guys dancing. Oh my god.
I love these guys.
I'm loving your reaction to the film.
I literally fell there.
I want to know more about these guys, like their characters. Like, what was their deal? What was,
They should have their own movie.
I want to know their hopes and aspirations and dreams.
His face.
And he's got a tramp stamp.
Do you have a tramp stamp?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he does.
No. Did Dad ever have?
Okay, I'm like the kids are hiding behind the car. Is that where you guys are? Just to make sure.
Sorry, the bros just passed out. Oh, he does have a tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Very classy.
Okay, tell me when you see the kids behind the car, like a camera going down.
Oh,
yeah, just saw that.
Oh, yeah, they're going down. Yeah.
He's closing the blinds.
Oh, what?
I like that we've established that they can see inside the house, even though it's movie magic.
Do I press play now?
Yeah, the camera just panned down to the kids.
Okay. All right, we're back to all the same spot.
Considering there's 9 of us involved here, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, that's fun.
Say so.
I think this was released online as like a preview clip, was it not?
Yeah, Shudder put that up.
Right after this shot, I ran off camera and slipped and almost did a face plant in the mud, and I had to do a whole wardrobe change because of it.
Yeah, it was so muddy. It was pretty intense up there.
Was that like
Yeah.
Before it all froze.
Is this the scene where I had to like stand in that room dressed up as a zombie for like forever, even though you don't even see me? Is that the one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was in there for like 3 hours.
Did you?
Yeah, like in that little room, the room where like the little girl who's a super scary zombie. So I'm basically like in that little tiny room with blood and bones on the ground with like this little girl dressed up as like basically like the Ring chick. It was a creepy place to be.
Mm-hmm.
It was creepy in that room.
So that's still.
Yeah, you can almost see my feet, and Peter's like, make sure you walk around and you move and stuff. I'm like, okay. I was a bad actor. I gained
the kill room
for the kill.
And that's why you got cut from the film, I guess.
Yeah.
Feet were overacting.
Yes, too much motion.
You did get yelled at by Peter, actually.
Oh yeah, like that when I had to like smash the hammer on Lauren Holly and
he went down. No, you did. There was a scene where you jumped down too fast, and he was pissed at you.
When I was wearing the football helmet, I couldn't see shit. I couldn't hear shit. It was cold. It was late. Yeah, I remember.
Why didn't you listen to my direction? Yeah, it was
I'm a writer, not an actor.
This fight.
What a stupid thing to do.
I thought you were going to throw a rock too.
The excuses people come up with, man.
I remember filming that, and Peter, you kept telling me, like, Gabe, put your hand on your head. Put your hand on your head. And I just kept forgetting to do that. And you're like, fuck, Gabe, I want you to put your hand on your forehead.
So did we get a shot at just you doing that by itself?
I love how Matthew's one of those people who are like, everybody don't freak out, but he's like the one freaking out the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how was it maneuvering out there in the woods? Did
Pretty
you guys have
tricky.
like?
Yeah,
Makes you walk like a zombie because you have to
Yeah.
like not trip on logs and shit.
that's a good point.
Yeah,
The slippery
we had a
mud that
lot
your face
of
plants.
weather. Slippery mud, then it froze, so it was frozen mud, and
I
it was
love-
snow, rain.
I love the big, there's the big scene at the end. I love that right by the climax. Everything was frozen. So we had to run around and like try not to
Yeah.
slip and break ourselves.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it just got progressively worse and more wintry.
Yeah,
As for the film, though, it definitely, I think, has a good
It's
feeling
awesome.
on screen.
Oh,
Got like a
her putting
snowy-
on the
Hard to
gear.
shoot in. Mhm.
That's
Her putting on the gear is so epic.
Yeah. So
Yeah, great. I love this scene. The music here is great.
very badass.
Yeah.
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 It's like how I feel when I feed my foster kittens. I'm like so.
You open the steel door and you find some bros camping and then you feed them to your kittens. Yeah.
It'd be a good edit to this movie. We just put like a bunch of kids like,
Ew.
yeah, it's such a gross shot.
Gotta love that tearing sound.
Yeah.
Good Foley artist there.
So how long, Peter and Phil? How long has this family been functioning this way? Would you say?
Oh, we had like the prequel, eh? For whatever reason, we just like one drunk night talked about the thing, like the prequel idea for Dead Shack. I don't think it was that long.
we said 10 years in the movie. She says in the movie at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years.
And they would and then oh, this is great. I love this bit. You buy the love. They were just they were made for each other.
Yeah, it's a cute.
Yeah.
This is when it was sold for
This
me.
is a great.
I love
Years
this
we had to
scene.
meet each other in like some dive bar.
Yeah. Go fish foreplay. this this is a song.
That's a great shot. Oh my god.
Okay.
Colin handles his fear by stuffing his face.
All this Donovan stuff is so good because like like in movies when like someone plays drunk and it just doesn't work. He was like playing drunk, but it was funny and it was realistic and it was.
Well, we were drinking. Are we allowed to say that? Sorry.
Oh, so were they really
That
drunk?
All right, we got.
Makes you hot. Yep.
Good
I love
company beer.
like flipping the jacket. He does it really well.
Yeah, Donovan definitely doesn't overplay it.
Yeah.
It's just enough to know he's impaired.
Yeah.
And I like no matter what's going on, they're still giving a little instructions to the kids like, whoa, hey, be nice.
Oh
and
yeah.
Normal bites of the hot dogs. It's what makes it feel so natural.
Mhm.
Donovan.
here we have our hero,
But-
his threshold moment, where does he go with Summer, or does he stay in the cabin?
That's a great moment.
There's a lot of outdoor urinating in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
They smoke pot there too.
Lisa pulling out her camera phone is like my favorite reaction shot of someone who's like really plastered. I got it.
Wait, I got it in selfie mode. Just a second.
You put like that.
I don't think selfie mode existed back then in 2017. It was.
It's so long ago in the before times.
Yeah.
How could we remember?
That's such a good line. You drink 6 beer, you piss out 12.
From that part on, the movie is like really funny, I find.
Yeah.
Very weak, Jason.
You guys are doing a really good job of playing like the different levels, the fear and the impatience.
Thanks.
And the concern for the parents and concern for the other guys. There's just so much going on in your heads.
Yeah.
Maybe the son I never had, my more handsome, taller son.
Wrangling drunk people is not fun, especially when they're your parents.
Oh, I know that story.
And there's zombies around.
Peter, were you influenced by any other Cabin in the Woods movies?
Well, Cabin in the Woods, but I don't think I love that movie. I guess there must have been some stuff from that.
Opening shots reminded me of The Shining.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Yeah, The Shining actually, like some of those drone shots with the car.
Some of the low foresty shots just kind of made me think a little Evil Dead.
That's a huge inspiration. That's for sure. I even put some lines of Evil Dead in the movie.
Tom.
Did the location come with the cars that you could just smash the windows out of?
They did have some cars, didn't they?
No, just a
trailer in the back.
trailer.
Of it. That's it. Yeah. So all the other ones were people from the set, and that truck actually had no motor, which was really difficult to shoot when it comes in.
The ones we smashed weren't from the crew. We got a bunch of junk cars too that we could smash up.
Must have been so fun.
And the exterior and the interior of the house are the same house, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where we lost the house, and we had like 3 days before finding this real crack house, but we were thinking about shooting in a different exterior and interior. It would have made it really difficult.
I'm glad this worked out. Yeah, this is way easier.
And this wasn't the original, this wasn't the first choice, right? You lost your original.
No, there was another one that was an epic big house. And then the Chinese owner guy, I think when he heard that we were doing a zombie movie, he got really scared and he wouldn't return our calls.
There was the big house, and there was that one that was like full of asbestos and
the moldy house.
So.
Yeah, it was not a safe house to be shooting in.
There's a few.
This worked out really well. But yeah, we found it very last minute, so it was a bit of a thing to get it ready.
I felt bad splitting blood and actual like saliva onto their carpet.
Since the house changed so many times, did that actually change how some of the scenes had to go? Like whether or not there was that basement for the one zombie to fall in, or the closet location?
We always wanted to put that. It's like we have to find a house where you can put a trap door, and the owner of this house, he didn't care. It's like as long as. But what do you remember what we had to do? As long as it's safe, like.
Yeah, we cut the hole in the floor, so they basically said we could do whatever we wanted to the house. I think it's eventually a tear down, so that was one of the advantages. So we made the trap door. We had to be able to do that. But I think some of the layout you had to rework, right, Peter? Like for the way the scenes were shot.
It wasn't too bad though. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Even that in this shot right now, that bathroom is upstairs in the bedroom.
Oh, right.
And you can't even tell.
Movie magic.
Movie magic.
Following the whole crew and cast up that stairs was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm just entranced by all the set deck. Like in Lauren Holly's house, there's a metal register cover on like the little mantle thing by the kitchen door. Why is that there? I don't know. And then there's the kids' pictures on the living room wall, which is the first time I've noticed that, which implies, of course, that there's children around, or at one point there was.
Yeah.
I see drinking.
And all those spaces were taken from iPhone photos in different locations, and I photoshopped it all together.
Oh no.
Oh
no, this is where you get it.
I love this.
This is the best. What is the pee? Was it just like juice, or was it?
It was actually a Gabe pee, yeah.
Very authentic.
I just had the camera like holding around my torso, aiming.
Gabe, don't pee
really
for
had
like
to pee.
a week.
You just wore like a GoPro.
I love this concept where it's like I'm stuck because I'm just peeing.
You gotta drink more water.
So funny.
But yeah, it was just yellow liquid in a tube, and it was so yellow that we had to color correct it to make it look like.
Yeah, it was too yellow in the edit.
When you have vitamin B, he actually looks that way. It's like neon.
Yeah.
You had too many Tums that day.
Yeah, the concept of being trapped, like, because he could just walk around and pee on the floor, but no, obviously you wouldn't. You'd still finish peeing. Like,
You wouldn't know what to
I
do.
really thought about this.
yeah. Oh, neighbor vision.
Get a HUD up there suddenly. Searching.
Yeah, a little.
I just fall down from the ceiling and attack her. And I win.
And at this point watching the first time, I had no idea where the film was going to go, since they lost their home base and people were already starting to fall.
Yeah, that's true.
From a zombie movie perspective, like, that's always good. That's always bonus points.
You got a vulnerable drunk dad. How could it get worse for Roger?
In the house.
He'll find a way.
He drugs himself. That was ad lib too, right? All this like.
Yeah, that was a really good ad lib.
Whatever it is, playing the drums.
No, that was a little bit of. I wrote some of it, and then.
Oh yeah.
I did a cannibal, a sexy cannibal.
Yeah. Mm. Oh yeah. Okay, now it's coming back to me. The door. Why wouldn't they come to drums?
The whole thing is actually a really nice balancing of tension, because once you have Roger drugged and they have to leave Roger behind when they go back to the house where Lisa is a zombie, like, they're never quite safe no matter where they go, no matter what they do. Everything's just kind of gone tits up for them.
And they also don't know where the danger is at any point in time.
Nor
Even
does the
though
audience.
there's only the one real point of danger. It's not like there's 50 zombies surrounding them.
Oh, that's the picture you're
We'll
talking
put
about.
that
Where
photo,
you
yeah.
took everyone separately, and Zombie Dad was a great dude. He was fun. He was fun to hang out with.
Not even his drunk look around.
The look on his
Just
face
that
is
trouble
priceless.
look, yeah. It's gonna get into something.
Is there a meaning to all the unicorns?
Sorry?
Is there a meaning to all the unicorns?
Yeah, it's just to show that she was like a very loving mom before, and so this is what changed her to like the monster that she is.
It's like if you have people with kitschy pastimes, like little ceramic angels and stuff, where like they're bound to eventually feed humans to their zombified family. Like,
I like he just throws it.
And it was a thing. I think for a while it was like, what are the ceramic angels? And then I said, no, we'll make it unicorns. And at the end, he'll stab the neighbor with the horn. That was kind of using unicorns as a weapon.
Did you guys keep that ceramic?
The ceramic unicorn stab. Oh, did you keep the ceramic? Yeah, did you keep the toys? No.
I think we broke all of them.
I think they got smashed.
Colin says like, fucking unicorns, and smashes them.
Yeah,
Well, that was funny. That part. We're like, hey, can we smash that? Because those were the set dress art director girls, and they owned it. And it's like, can we smash it? It's like, okay.
The lamp, the unicorn lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hers.
Lizzie already said that she still has the Doc Martens. Has anybody kept anything?
I didn't, but I think Gabe did.
Sorry?
Bloody crop top.
Didn't you keep your jacket?
Yeah, I kept my jacket.
Yeah, some of the wardrobe. I like that crop top, Val.
She kept we had
The
3
bomber
bombers
jackets.
for Lizzie, so she kept one.
The ones that weren't covered in blood.
Yeah.
The clean ones.
I think I subbed for Roger in that one. I would be getting dragged on the floor too. I remember you two.
Oh yeah, that's
dragging me on
right.
the floor for an hour.
Yeah.
Fake shemping is a time-honored tradition in horror movies.
The what?
Fake
What?
shemping is a time-honored tradition in horror movies. So,
So what are the writers useful for when you're on set? It's like
Not doing anything else. I mean,
use my rental car as I know it's stuck there, and I had to stay till like 5 a.m. all the time.
that's never put your cars or anything.
No,
in
I'm never doing
because
that
of
ever
you.
again.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Like fuck that, I can leave.
Like, I want to go home. Sorry, we have your car.
Wait, Matthew, that fall that you did over the trap door, that was you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was a good fall.
It hurt
Did that
a little.
hurt?
That was good.
Yeah.
That was great.
Since you had to dig the hole or cut the hole there, did you also have to dig out underneath, or was there actually enough space under the house?
There's a basement underneath.
It was pretty big.
Oh.
Creepy. It was a super fucking
Super creepy basement.
Creepy ass
Yeah.
basement.
It was a creepy house.
Looked like children's handprints all over the wall.
Were there really?
Yeah, like red ones
No.
too.
I
Oh.
remember that. And that was
Crayons.
weird.
Are you guys opening up the cabinet now?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is such a great moment.
this is one of my favorite moments in the movie.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Watching
No, that's his bro.
Oh.
You're gonna be okay, Sarah. No.
watching this movie with an audience was
Love how neurotic Matthew looks. It's so good.
when we'd watch all these when we watched those movies at the festivals, it was awesome. Like at the VIF for Fantasia, like with like a dedicated horror audience.
Yeah.
Like, they just ate it up. It was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did they like that? Did they like that CPR line?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And
they love this scene.
Yeah.
We simplified this scene.
Yes, this was
This is a much longer scene.
it involved like him getting his fingers chopped.
There's a whole
bunch
thing.
of other stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of thought going on.
But having something nice and simple like this is nice.
Yeah.
I think this particular scene, Pete, I remember when we were at the production office, like the week before starting to shoot, we were like revising the script and we like sat there in that office and you're like, no, but like I want it like this way. And then you were like very like specific with like the wording in the script for the description of the stuff. So we were like rewriting it. And then it just ended up getting.
We just didn't shoot it.
It was
movies.
Yeah, it was great. Usually the things that you like have to work on the hardest are the things that just make it
so
to the
VFX that eye because we never did get his contacts in.
Yeah, because the other guy got a contact in, I feel. Both.
Yeah, but he couldn't get his in, and we couldn't wait anymore.
I'll never understand how people can put contacts in every day. You're poking your eye. Don't you get it?
I can do it. I can touch my eyeball at will.
Maybe.
So slippery.
So that's Amber and the producer, Josh.
Oh yeah, it was Josh was subbing in for.
Oh, it was Josh. That's right. Yeah.
Did you guys get credited for that?
No.
Especially
it's a secret. Yeah. It's a secret.
Not anymore.
Now you all know.
I love
that's
this.
Actually,
like
Phil and Davila.
Yeah, Phil and Dav were actually just wearing like Lizzie and Matthew masks. We spent all our budget with these like hyper realistic masks of the two of the leads.
And then you only saw the back of the heads anyway.
Yeah.
That day was really cold.
Oh yeah. This last shot, I think like it was one of the last in the day, and Matthew and I were freezing. We were having the like time of our lives, but we were freezing.
Well, I remember I was getting tutored, and then I come out. Like I think you guys were just wrapping up, and you come into the trailer, and you guys are just covered in blood, and you guys look so like tired because it was like 1 a.m. or something, and I was like, oh, you guys.
I really like this.
One day we all come to set like at 5 p.m. knowing that we have to shoot like 10 hours. So leave at 5 a.m. or.
So what happens when you write a script that takes place at night?
Yeah. Lesson learned. Daytime in the summer all the time.
Well, somebody said, "Oh, I want to write a script. Let's write a script in the winter." I was like, "I've never." With Phil.
Oh yeah, we were doing another one in the winter. What was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "I'm not shooting the winter ever again."
Like the coldest winter in years.
I was spending all this time jogging like, in the
really
forest near
cold.
my house, and it was like nice in the winter. And yeah, you realize that it's not nice when you have to work. It's nice. I love this bit with like the hand sniffing. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Just smell my hand.
I like how she's the one with the hand over his mouth, keeping him quiet.
It's really great.
She's taking control.
I was
How else are you supposed to breathe? Come on now.
That's Peter, not me. Right there.
That's me.
So now we're coming to Val's big moment here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't get to see this one. I was.
Filming this was really cool.
Yeah, I remember.
This felt very demanding. When I saw it, I was like, "Wow, you guys like did an amazing job."
At least his hangover's here.
Yeah, your zombie Val is some pretty tight stuff. It's awesome.
Never done that in my career. Just like repeatedly gulping like jam and then spitting it on some floor. Not really. Light.
Oh no.
So is that kind of a one-time only experience, or is that something you'd do again?
Me?
I said, was that kind of a one-time experience for you, or would you do the blood and makeup again?
It depends. I think this was -12. It was so cold, and I have chronic back pain. So for me particularly, I was like, my zombie moves were probably just for me just feeling like my muscles seizing up.
Was it cold in the cabin? Like, did you have the doors open and everything?
Where there was like a law that you couldn't have a heater in, and it was in the winter. It's like a real log cabin, so there was no heat. And like, there's so much moisture in the air, in BC, so it's not like having multiple blankets doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
And then this is this jam is very, it's called a blood jam. It's very, very cool.
And you're covered in
The kids are
goo
and
and
they're super
like, yeah. And those shoes didn't help either.
Oh yeah, I was so slippery, heels and that blood in my own spit.
Yeah, yeah.
I've often heard food and scenes like that underneath the hot lights will start to like spoil and all that. So maybe being cold wasn't too bad. At least the food was food.
Everything from set food.
That's true.
Those are just my breast clothing.
I think the first time we filmed this, I can't remember if it was this shot or not, but I obviously had a fake baseball bat for hitting her back. And I did it so hard at one point that the bat broke. The fake bat broke.
Is that the source of your back pain, Val?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember that was really cool. That was such a cool device going on Valerie's torso that connects like the crowbar front and back.
It was like Zombie Cupid. It was like those arrows that go shoot through you with a bent bar.
Oh, that's such a cool shot. What?
That's his answer. I love Gabe's hair.
It's pretty great.
Makes every reaction. Yeah.
This is the one take scene going up here.
Oh yeah.
I like that the movie takes this minute.
Mm-hmm.
By this point, an hour into like a horror movie, usually everybody's geared up, got their guns and their knives and their clubs and whatever, and everyone's just into the killing. And
yeah, it's a nice moment.
Just a moment to breathe and everyone's able to actually realize what just happened, as opposed to just, all right, guns drawn, balls to the wall for the rest of the movie.
Look at my death brought them together.
you're the fulcrum on which this entire movie rests, Valerie.
Save money on counseling now.
Small but pivotal role.
Yeah.
This is the one take scene, Amber?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember if it was the whole thing, but it was a good chunk of this. I'm pretty sure it was close to the whole scene had to be done. And then that was it, right? I think we lost the kids after that, so we had to
That was
get
the
it done.
last day of shooting.
Yeah. Yep.
They scampered off,
And we were just like, "Please don't forget your lines," and they did it. They just nailed it. Like they were really good. Yeah, never to be seen again.
Yeah, without this scene, it just would not have worked.
Yeah, it was pretty crucial.
Do the kids have any favorite scenes from the film?
Hard to choose, honestly. I'm not just saying that. Like,
yeah,
I kind of loved filming all of it. I mean, yeah.
I loved all the fight scenes. Where we were like fighting zombies and stuff. This one was good.
Yeah.
There's a scene coming up where I have never felt adrenaline like that as an actor. I'll point it out when it comes up, but it was really, really cool and fun.
Do you guys feel like because of the pace that you were shooting at, there was kind of never a time where you could, for lack of a better word, phone it in? Like you all seem very much in the moment, like at all times.
Yeah, I'd agree with that statement.
Yeah, I actually loved the pace. I know it was kind of stressful, but it was pretty great.
Yeah.
Because it's a thriller in a way too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, kept the energy up.
Yeah. This scene,
there's never just anybody standing in the background kind of like waiting to say their lines. Like,
yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is fully engaged.
I really like the music.
Blow some bros.
Our dad wrote that.
This music is great.
Yeah, this is a good music moment.
Yeah, the music was highly inspired by the Tron Daft Punk score too.
Oh yeah, I could hear that.
There's something I watched Jojo Rabbit recently, and for some reason, Pete, I'm like,
so good.
I feel like Pete is like a reincarnation of Taika Waititi, even though he's still alive. Like it's kind of, I feel like Jojo Rabbit would have been a movie that you would have done, like even down to like the cure.
Yeah.
Like he's like,
yeah,
little Jew. Like that's a Peter scene. He's wearing the suit, the Dead Shack suit.
There's a couple good friends of mine, like an ex-girlfriend. She's like, that little kid in Jojo Rabbit is you.
Yeah. And this is real snow right now, is it? Or that one was that?
That one's
That's
fake, I think.
the effects, but yeah.
But now it's
yeah. Those were fake because the scene after there was so much snow, so we needed to transition.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I think there's a line in here about it as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is all. Yeah, we had to shift into full snow.
I peed.
Yeah, we had to write this.
You guys let me change my pants. It's snowing here. My shoes are all wet.
Clearly, while they were gearing up, the snow started.
And covered the whole.
But we're lucky that it just happened that it was like at the end of the movie. So it could be like, okay, it snows from now till the end. It was okay. Actually, but then we shot the restaurant stuff.
Except for some of that house we saw. Yeah, we had to cover it for that last cabin a bit, but you can't tell.
It kind of adds a new visual element too. Big, like,
Peter was like sweeping snow off the trees. Everybody was just trying to get rid of the snow.
Yeah, they've got clips of that on the Blu-ray and the making of featurette. Peter with a broom.
Get
like,
all the snow out of
trees.
here. Or 3 PAs trying to get rid of the snow. It was so cold when we were shooting it.
Those guys
were so
troopers.
good.
Oh man,
yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah,
they were freezing.
Such troopers.
Because there was like when they start fighting, it wasn't even snowing. It was like raining. It was like freezing rain.
It was like slush, freezing rain,
icy, and it was just.
And they don't got winter jackets or nothing.
All they had, like, I didn't see him with a jacket on top.
Mm-mm.
Oh, the luxury of the set that we had.
Did you guys get to pick any of your gear for the suiting up, or was that all done by the costume?
I think that was all pre-picked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all Peter, I think.
At first it was going to be cardboard, but Amber's like, no, we can't do that because it's just going to destroy and we won't have enough to do replicas. So with the art director, we decided on different things and they put stuff together. And I really like Matt's outfit. It's so epic.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun to put on. Fun to put on.
Time consuming.
So long.
Yeah.
And the Lizzie outfit, hers was like very creative. Like they took it's 2 mats from a car mat with like straps.
Yeah.
No, they look so cool.
And I loved my bat. Yo, she bitch.
I like how he's like, what?
Ooh.
That scene was longer too.
That was fun to work on. I remember the kept getting like all the goo on my face and mouth.
Yum.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was
So
quarantine,
sticky.
so kind of yummy.
So originally, that zombie that Gabe shoots, he puts his hand on his pads, and because of the nails, his hands are stuck, so he can bite him. So he's like trying to push him away, and then he shoves the gun inside the belly after shooting it, and then he keeps going deeper, deeper. So he just gets closer and closer. Didn't shoot any of that. It was too bad.
And there's a whole thing too with like he pinned him to the wall with like, I think the shotgun had a knife on it, and then I think when Jason slams the sledgehammer, like he just smashes it against the wall. There's some, they were like fucking unicorns. It was a gruesome details that sadly just.
If you wanted to go even further with that, as he shoots him in the stomach, the torso could separate, and the hands are holding on because they're stuck, trying to spin around, and the torso is just flying. Then you could get a POV shot of both the zombie and him like they're dancing.
That's so dumb.
That's pretty good.
We need a carpet away.
Yeah, that carpet thing always got laughs when because like they just roll the carpet and they put it against the window, and then
super effective.
There would be like one person in the audience that'd be like, because it's like you don't think about it. You're like, yo, what the fuck would they put the carpet on the window?
What's that gonna do?
Put the carpet on the window. I don't know. Shut up. Like,
just do it. Yeah, it's fun. They're kids, and they're in the moment. I think there's a
adrenaline thing.
Yeah,
you're panicking.
Adrenaline decisions.
What is there?
Did anybody accidentally get hurt with all those nails?
They were rubber.
No, right? I don't remember.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you can see. I think you can see them bending around.
I don't think so. Not any of the actors, I think.
I remember one of the ADs, Taylor. He kept escorting us through the ice, and we'd be like, "What are you doing, man? Like, we can walk ourselves." He goes, "No, you guys. Like, I'm just doing my job. I got to make sure you don't fall down and hurt yourself." So, like,
Taylor was so nice. He was a great guy.
Yeah.
Also, these kids here were such troopers because they had these contacts in, right? And they actually couldn't see with the contacts. Yeah. So for like 8 hours, they couldn't see.
Yeah. So you were able to get the contacts into children, but you couldn't get it into the adults. That's what I'm hearing here.
Then they didn't want to take it out. It was like, you guys can't take it out. We don't know if we can put it back in. So fucking dead.
This is my other favorite part of the, like those like little emotional moments. I like this part a lot when Roger's having his heart to heart with Colin. And like you two are like just
oh yeah, that was great.
Off screen. I love it.
That's so great.
Oh, the blood in the back.
I never saw that blood squirt behind Roger.
She's just a little girl.
Just watching more and more blood on the back wall.
Yeah, that's a great detail.
Those kids were messed up.
I think it might be the longest killing of zombie kids scene in cinema.
You guys really took the time and effort to...
The kids laid down there in the cold for like an hour and a half, and they didn't speak. They were just like super chill. And the kid, the boy kid, he's going to university at the age of 12 or 13 in real life. He's like really, really smart.
Crazy.
So how many days did you guys actually have Lauren Holly for?
We had her, I can't remember now. I think it was about a week, or was it 2 weeks maybe? So it might have only been a week.
I remember her
it wasn't
being
the
there
full
for
shoot.
only a week.
I think it was a week because we were a 3-week shoot. So yeah, it was only the first week.
I've just kind of started noticing like the gaps without her and the places where you could use somebody other than Lauren. And I'm like, oh, I wonder how many days she's actually shot on this.
Yeah, we had to work a lot around having her and not.
Well, that's the stunt double, like the stunt play.
Yeah, for some of
cool
the fight scenes.
That turned out really well. Especially because the helmet kept breaking.
So that's right.
We were like trying not to get the helmet to break, and
we didn't have that many of them, so we had to keep fixing it.
Oh.
Unicorn. Stabs her in the neck with the unicorn.
It feels like a very Colin thing to do at this point.
Yeah. Fuck off with throwing of the knives.
Though I do love the throwing of the gun earlier.
Yeah.
That's just right off.
That was ad lib. I think Don, you guys just made that up on the spot, eh? Like,
yeah, Donovan really wanted to do it.
Yeah. And this is going to be Amber pulling that thing on. That's Amber. Yeah, that's some Amber acting.
Oh, that twitching of the hand.
Ew.
It's so like I love that everything's just soaked in that dark blood. It's awesome. It's gross.
Yeah, there was blood everywhere.
What's your responsibility for cleaning up a place like that after a shoot?
We did have to clean it in the end, but some of the stuff we wrecked, like stained walls and all of that, we were allowed to do, and we just left it. It was part because they knew we were going to be destroying the house, basically.
That's the beauty
Amber had
of filming
to
at
go
a crack
at
house.
night, 4 a.m. to pick up some hard drives by herself.
Without any lights, because no electricity.
Camera cards.
There's
Yeah.
blood everywhere. No lights.
I had to go into the house alone at 4 a.m. because our security couldn't show up because there was a blizzard. So I didn't want to leave the camera cards overnight alone. So I went in, and it was the most terrifying.
That
like blood. I know it's a sad, but you're alone in the house with a flashlight. There's no electricity. It was terrifying.
Oh,
apparently
I was like, they were upstairs. I had to go by the kill room and up the stairs, and it was really scary.
Jesus.
I remember this scene. This is the one where I had so much adrenaline. Filming this, I felt it was kind of like an out-of-body experience when Donovan, his character, dies.
It's a pretty intense scene.
It gives me goosebumps. I think that your scream is like goose-inducing. That like legit. I felt like.
Well, and the squib too going off is like it's very intense.
Like that one.
That is a good scream. Now that you mention it.
Nice stunt too.
That's really good.
Getting in the truck.
I think Dustin's one quibble with the movie when we first watched it was the truck stopping the shotgun shells. Is that correct, Dustin?
Oh, is it a buck? Maybe it's like it's bird shot, not a buckshot, right? I guess
you got the distance going on there too, but yeah, there's no scratch, nothing.
Are those digital impacts, Peter?
Oh, those are real impacts.
Those are squibs?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's got a shitty gun.
This Yeah, this snow's awesome. That's like that. I always it makes me think of like that Oren Ishii fight scene in Kill Bill at the end, Volume 1, when he's like in the little garden with the samurai swords.
Yeah, the snow is so good.
And that initially tied into something that got cut from the film, right? Jason driving the truck.
Yeah, at the beginning he drives the truck.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to drive the car.
This is a great moment for Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
That's my butt.
Yeah, that's Phil, right?
No, yeah, it was briefly my butt.
There you go. That's Phil.
Oh shit!
Bye, neighbor. Bye, neighbor. That's so pretty. Look at that snow and.
So that was watermelon in a mask, baklava mask.
Oh, is it really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
That works.
I love Matthew's line there. Just let's get the fuck out of here. That's a good shot too, the blood in the snow.
You drive.
Aww.
That's so sad, eh?
Oh no.
So sad. Yeah.
I feel like there's a sequel here.
Oh, we were joking that basically, yeah, Summer, like he turns into a zombie and then Summer ends up taking care of him. Like the kids end up taking care of Donovan's character. Like at first they're like,
that'd be awesome.
It's like joking, like, well, we gotta feed him something. And then eventually kind of like it gets darker and darker and they start like actually killing people and then justifying that they're killing people.
And then you could have the tension between the three characters as one is less into it, one's more into it.
No.
Or you play it, they're all
They're
all basically this whole experience has turned them into psychopaths and all three kids are like insane.
That's actually a really cool idea.
It would be. I mean, yeah. Just Amber, if you get us some financing, we'll write that.
I like this, and they're older now, and
yeah, it kind of works. 3 years later,
you got the three actors.
We'll go back to the house.
So here's the house where we can keep Roger locked up. And Lisa's actually kind of alive too. So like we might kill zombie Lisa. She somehow survived. You got like zombie Lisa and zombie Roger. I like this too, where you guys just look like you look like you just did all of the stuff that you did. This is what I feel like you would look like after having to fight zombies for a whole night.
I think this was the final scene in the shot in the movie.
It was,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and
it was all over.
It was the final scene with the kids, and then Amber and I played Jason, Amber played Summer, and we had to walk into the house, and the whole camera team put everything away. It was like, no, guys, one more. It's like, come on, do we really need to? Like, no, we have to.
For that last shot there, we had almost like no time. And then for some reason, Gabe, Matthew, and I, when Jason first says, "Hi, Mom," we just died laughing. And I couldn't stop laughing each take, and we had limited time. And it started to, I actually started to get scared that I couldn't stop laughing. So I was biting my cheek in that last shot because for some reason Matthew going, "Hi, Mom," after all of that killed me.
Good, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would be funny to do it so casual.
Yeah.
It's like, nothing's wrong. Hi, Mom.
Well, you've grown up. Like the character, it feels like the character kind of starts off skittish and stuff, and now you're like, you know what? Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah,
Whatever. Like it's just, this is it. Like
totally.
What did life throw at me at this point? I've done it all. So
yeah.
Well, for my first time watching that, I loved that. That is a great movie.
Right on.
Glad it only took you to realize it.
Yeah, right. I mean, like I knew it would be great because of the script and the filming, but like watching it, I'm like, hell yeah,
it's
that's
super
awesome.
fun. Like we do stuff like Pete and I have done shows and movies and things that the ones that we don't want to show our friends. It's like whatever. Like some shows don't turn out as good as others, but this one is like no, like you guys have to watch that. And I remember my childhood friends watching it in theaters. They're like, yeah, like when you invited us to go watch this movie, like I was nervous. I wasn't sure if it was going to be good. Like I was so relieved when it was actually like it was fun. So
nice.
I didn't have to lie to you that I liked it. So it's super fun. It is what it is. It's
Watching it the first time, I didn't even think of it as an indie film until I was told. Like, no, this seems like as good as any big budget production that I've seen in years.
That's great.
Yeah, that is really great.
We like to hear that.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I wanted to like it because it was Peter's, and I didn't want to be like, oh, we're supposed to talk to him on the podcast, and the movie's shit. But
kind of awkward.
But like I was really surprised, and I really enjoyed it, and it was just kind of slightly askew of sort of where you expected it to be, and it's part of the reason why I've kind of like picked up the drum and started banging it, because I think it's a super underrated movie, and I think more people need to see it because all you guys just did like such a spectacular job with really minimal resources and kind of hit it out of the park.
Really nice thing to say, yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you. And thank you for this. It's fun watching the movie with everybody.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us on here.
Yeah, I think
we can talk to each other.
There aren't that many bonus features on the DVD or Blu-ray, and I'm like a kind of a features whore. And we had access to Peter, and I was kind of like, commentary? And he's like, yeah, I guess so. And then he just sent me an email like, oh yeah, we got this person and this person and this person. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay, we got everybody.
It's a party. Gets it done, man. That's Pete's style. You'll just make it happen. So now it's just a question of doing the sequel. I think that.
Or the prequel.
Oh man.
We gotta make this happen.
Yeah, but the prequels, you guys aren't born yet, so like it'd be like
Oh yeah.
There would be no Colin and no Summer and
something on Zoom.
So, who haven't we heard from as far as kind of revisiting this? Valerie?
Oh.
Thoughts on the film?
Was my mic down? I was talking the whole time. Yeah, it's great seeing it with everybody because during I also don't really tell my friends that I'm an actor, and like when I went to the premiere, like I just went myself. So like I was like everyone, like Jonathan brought like all his friends and family. Like what? And I was like, and this one girl who I just met, she's like, it was my name, and she's like, should I clap for her? I'm like, you don't need to pity clap for me. Like, don't tell anyone. But it's like it's nice that like people you're actually working with, you can talk about it. I've never really done commentary, let alone a Zoom chat about it.
Are you guys all horror people? Like, was this stepping out for you, or was this kind of like in your wheelhouse?
I was always a big fan of horror movies, for sure. Yeah.
I'd watched a few, but not. I wasn't like super big into horror, but so this was actually kind of out of my wheelhouse, especially in terms of like what I had filmed before as well. And I was like, this is so much fun. I loved how raunchy it was. Yeah. Raunchy being, I guess that's the right word. Like the swear words, the one-liners, the gore, all of it.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I went through a weird phase like a few years before filming that where I was just all about horror movies, and I'd watch like some weird shit. Like I binged the Saw series and the Paranormal Activities. So I was really excited to get this, but also just the writing is so good and natural that it didn't really like, aside from actually filming with a shotgun and decked out with blood and all that, aside from that, the writing was really like, just felt like anything else. It was done really well. So we didn't like think of as, oh man, this is going to be like something completely different.
Mm-hmm. I love horror films. I'm a big horror fan, but I'd never produced a horror film. It's usually been dramas and comedies. So I was super excited to do a zombie film. It was really hard. It was good to learn how hard they are to make, but definitely appreciate the experience.
Dustin, is there anything you want to add before we start to wind down?
I think I'm in this. No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, you guys have obviously all kind of continued on past Dead Shack, and you all have, well, except maybe this year, have other things kind of going on. Is there any projects you want to bring any attention to, or social media presence that you want to tell people about? We'll start with Peter.
Well, with Phil, we're working on a TV show, but with COVID, it kind of slowed things down.
Oh, and Val's the voice too. You were the voice of Yuki.
Yeah.
From
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
And
yeah,
then-
I didn't know you were working on that too, Phil.
yeah.
Yeah, and then Amber, Phil, and I were working on the Once Our Land feature still. It's a lot of work, but
It's animated, so
definitely with us too.
Animated.
Yeah, and then I started a new band called The Red. It's a rock band, and then I started another new band called Samatata. That is like chill electronic music, dancey.
I feel you don't like
we're
free
not-
time.
Yeah.
You have a vendetta against it.
This one I put out, it's really gory. It's like RoboCop meets Conan. I talked about it last time.
King's
I
Vengeance,
just
yeah.
have it here with me all the time. I just carry it.
Where do you see? How do you do that?
And then, I wrote a couple of features, like different features, a super horror one. And now I'm working on, I just did a finished kids book called Ghosts Are People Too, that I'm going to be kickstarting, do a Kickstarter in October. And yeah, some other stuff. But I think that's enough for me now.
All right. Peter's
Just a couple
podcast Phil, do you have anything to add to that, or?
No, I
Peter pretty much
mean,
covered
what would we like? Yeah, I mean, we've got those the Once Our Land adaptation for features. To be fair, having children, I have 2 young kids at home, so for the last like 4 months, it's kind of put a freeze on a lot of stuff for me. I've been mostly dadding, but then yeah, a lot of the stuff I do these days is all preschool. So I'm doing like I'm developing a bunch of preschool TV shows for some streaming services and stuff like that. But so yeah, I go from like horror to preschool. So a lot of like kind of Paw Patrol-esque shows that I'm working on right now. So that seems to be where the calling's taking. But watching this makes me kind of miss. It's a lot. There's a lot. It's a lot more rewarding doing that with people alive walking around and on set. I kind of miss that part of it. The animation thing is a little more. I don't know. Would you say that did you like live action more than animation, Pete? I think in general, like the rush you get from shooting.
Yeah. The good thing about live action is like it's faster, and you're working with people. Because the good thing about animation is that you have so much control. You can make things exactly the way you want. And live action, it's you can't really do that, and it's exciting, especially when you work with talented people, like a solid team. And yeah, it just like it excites you because everything is still kind of new, and you don't know what you're going to have in the end.
And because you have less control, I'd say it's almost kind of a blessing, because I find if you can pour over a shot, overthink any sequence too long, sometimes just being forced to make a decision on the spot leads to all these like sort of magical moments. And I like the more fluid style that we do with because yeah, most of the stuff I do is animation. Like 95% of it is all animation. So doing that was neat because yeah, it's just different. So
not that some people don't end up with a Kubrickian amount of control.
Yes, right.
Or Paul Anderson, Paul
Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
I watched The Master last night.
Oh yeah,
which one?
Good one. I like.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, Phoenix, Amy Adams.
Wow.
Is there anywhere on social media? Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I was just going to ask if there was anywhere on social media Phil wants to be found.
No, I don't need to be found. I'm a writer. I just people find me when they need to, and I prefer not to be found. I think that's the difference.
Well, Amber just put out a movie.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
I put out a couple, 2 movies actually. One is called Ash that just came out, which was by the team behind a film called Violent. So it's their follow-up feature, very much a drama. really good film, but it's out in Canada right now. Set in the Okanagan with the backdrop of real life forest fires. And then the other one is called Dreamland, which Bruce McDonald directed, and we shot that one over in Luxembourg and Belgium, and it's a very Bruce McDonald film. Kind of genre, but it's like a Bruce McDonald genre film. So that one's also out in Canada and the US right now.
And is there anywhere on social media you want to be found?
I'm on Instagram mostly, but I don't really need to be found, but I'm there.
Fair enough. Matthew.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I did a TV show for Quibi that was called When the Streetlights Go On.
Is that shot widescreen?
Sorry?
Do they shoot that widescreen?
They shoot all the shows both ways.
Oh, wow.
So that you can like watch it horizontally and vertically.
That was it. I think I saw the trailer and I'm like, wait, is that Matthew? And
yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
And it was super fun. I worked with one of the kids from It,
nice.
Chosen Jacobs, and
is that funny guy from Shazam or?
No, he's the black kid in It.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I also did another zombie show. I was on iZombie for a while. I did like 7 episodes of that, so that was pretty awesome to have such a steady gig for a while. And that's on Netflix. And
I'm gonna have to look for you there. That was a good show.
Sorry?
I'll have to look for you there. That was a good show.
Yeah. I was on the last season, and not many people were watching by the end of it, because season 4 they kind of changed the whole
paradigm
trajectory of the show. Like it was pretty much procedural, and then they kind of tried to change it, which I think was interesting, but I think a lot of people stopped watching. So I closed it out basically. And
killing it in the horror game.
Yeah. And then yeah, that's it pretty much for me. I have Instagram, but I've never posted anything. But yeah.
Fair enough. How about you, Lizzie?
Well, right now, I did a film for this. It was part of this Castile series thing, and I did a movie called Gates of Paradise, and that was kind of like a thriller sort of thing. So there's that, and then I currently have a small role on Nancy Drew on CW.
Oh, cool.
And I don't have Instagram or social media, so you can't find me there. I am a ghost.
You guys are the worst self-promoters.
Can't find any of us on social media.
Yeah.
People did enough self-promotion for all of them. So,
how about you, Valerie?
Oh my God, my social media, like you said, is a dumpster fire. It's just my free cloud. Like it's totally for selfish reasons. I don't even browse it. I browse like nature. They call like nature porn and like cat videos. But I just selfishly I don't care what I post on there, because I also used to work for kids and families, believe it or not. So I don't want those fuckers finding me online. They're being very conservative for me.
Do you have any projects you want to draw any attention to?
I mostly work for friends now, or so. I guess it's been a long time. I did work on another horror movie, and I'm such a pussy for horror movies. This was a comedy I could handle, but I worked on another friend's psychological, more abstract horror movie called Willow's Curse. And then I worked on a friend's show called Hospital Show, which is a web series. And I also worked on iZombie, I forgot, on the last season.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You're really good in that.
Oh, I didn't see it yet.
You're good.
They had this that wedding dress. They were like, "Do you want to buy this? It's custom made for you." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know where to fit it, because it's it needs to have its own room. It's so big." Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really need to promo. I have a fake name online, so catch me if you can, I guess.
And Gabe.
Hey, Val, Val, what's that doctor show with that you shot with Devin?
Oh yeah, Hospital Show.
Yeah.
I love that title.
Is it called Hospital Show?
Yeah, actually I should have asked you, because we did a spoof. We got into Marseille Webset Fest, and we had to do a last minute. It was really last minute though. spoof like pitch in French, and I have no idea what I said. So that's because it's different. French and Francophone French different. And like,
yeah, it's different. Yeah.
God knows what I said.
Did you just read what they wrote for you, or just sort of try to make something up in French?
Well, I had a friend. I mean, I forgot like Peter speaks French, but I have a friend who's a French tutor, but she's also teaching like Francophone French. And then I had a friend from Paris, but like I went with the tutor because she was available, and she said she will not convert to like, she's like, I can't convert Francophone to Anglophone. I don't know. She said it's complicated because it's different than French. So she had to ask a friend in France, and like, I don't know. It was really like, I'm not sure how it ended up. I haven't watched it yet, so.
As another French Canadian, I can definitely agree that when it comes to the language, the difference between Francophone and Parisian, they're really uppity about it.
Yeah,
I remember a story of like,
that they're just gonna like delete this, not disqualify this nominee or something.
I heard Jean Chrétien was talking in French one day to the Parisian president or whatever, and he was talking in French, but they just switched it to English. They're like, no, your French is too bastardized. Let's go with English. I give up.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty. I was filming there once, and there actually had another horror film I'm forgetting out called Moth Diaries, and I was working with this girl who was like quite like an elitist snob herself because she's just from like an extremely privileged family, and her dad's like a French arms dealer, and she was in Montreal filming there, and everyone's so nice there, and she would not answer people like at the bakery. And there was like these nice families just because they need to speak real French. That's what she said to their face. I was like,
horrible.
And they're gonna spit at our food.
And Gabe, do you have anything, any projects or social media?
I have social media, but like not really use it too much. So not quite worth putting it out there. But projects recently, I was in an episode of that show, a brand new cherry flavor that hasn't quite come out yet, but that'll be on Netflix. That's the one with Catherine Keener and Rosa Salazar. I was, just a small role in that. And other than that, recently, not too much.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have. That's all I got for you guys. Dustin has nothing, he said. So we'll let you get back to your lives. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this commentary. You are all very cool and wonderful human beings. And
it was great having you all.
We really appreciate
it. Yeah, thank you so much for having us. This was really, really great.
We'll this was a lot of fun. Yes.
Thanks for wrangling us, Peter.
Yeah, thanks, Peter.
All right, take care, guys.
Have a wonderful
All right.
Great.
Bye, Kitty.
Bye.
We'll see you all for the sequel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Please.
Bye, Kitty.
All right, see you guys. It was good to see you all.
Ciao.
Ciao. Keep it real. Let's get out of here.
All right. I'm going to press stop on the recording.
Thanks to everybody who's listening all the way to the end.